Chang. And Chris Spooney. Congratulations to this evening's officiating crew. It is now time to recognize the 2024-2025 OUA All-Stars participating in this year's World Cup. Maintenant, le temps de reconnaître les membres des équipes étoiles des SUO. From the Queen's Gales, a second-team All-Star, Luca Silas. An all-rookie team member and a first-team All-Star, turning to the major award winners, congratulations to Aaron Tennant, recipient of the OUA's Champion of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award. And once again, Ollie Engen, who takes home the 2024-25 OUA Rookie of the Year Award. Congrats again to Ollie, Aaron, and Luca. And now, let's recognize the All-Stars from your Ottawa Gigi. Season, and now member of the OUA All-Rookie Team, Owen Kenny. Third-team All-Star, Jacques-Mélène Guémeta. Second-team All-Star, Enkin Chowdhury.
Good man, 13. I think he's higher up than third, man.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I think he's also a defensive player.
And a first-team All-Star, Dragan Stajic. Et en tout dernier, félicitations à Jacques-Mélène Guémeta, nommé joueur défensif de l'année des SUO. The Defensive Player of the Year et the OUA, Jacques-Mélène Guémeta. Alors, félicitations à Jacques-Mélène, Owen, Enkin et Dragan. Now, please join us for the Indigenous affirmation, followed by the National Anthem. Dans le cadre de nos cérémonies d'avant-match, joignez-nous pour l'affirmation autochtone suivie de l'hymne national. As we gather for this event, the Gigis pay respect to the Algonquin people who are the traditional guardians of this land. Nous reconnaissons le lien sacré de longue date, l'unissant à ce territoire qui demeure non cédé. Nous rendons également hommage à toutes personnes autochtones qui habitent Ottawa, qu'elles soient de la région ou d'ailleurs au Canada. We acknowledge the traditional knowledge keepers, both young and old, and we honor their courageous leaders, past, present, and future.
Well, Montpetit Hall is sold out tonight, and there's no better stage for the biggest game in OUA basketball with the 2023 champion Ottawa GGs defending home court against the reigning champion Queens Golden Gales with the Wilson Cup on the line. My name is Sam Soroya, joined by my partner Gary Gallimore, and I'm sure you guys can hear it on broadcast, Gary. The air is electric in the hall tonight.
Absolutely, Sam. As you could tell, I could barely hear myself think at the moment. The Queens fans are sitting right next to me, and they're already loud as ever. So tonight we expect to have a really competitive game. Both teams are very skilled, very talented, but we know how well the GGs play at home. So Queens are going to have their hands full tonight, but I expect all in all a good match all around.
Yeah, the Gales fans showed out in Groves tonight, Gary, and if they want to see a different outcome from the previous two times that these teams have squared off this season, what are we going to need to see out of the Gales on the court?
Well, absolutely. Well, we know that the GGs shoot the ball very well. Queens has to do a better job of guarding that three-point shot than they did the last time. Also, they need to protect the basketball, limit their turnovers. And last time they played here, Queens had applied a little bit of a press, which kind of slowed down the GGs a little bit to start the game. I'm looking to see some of that, and we're seeing a little bit of a zone matchup right now. So I don't know. They're going to be pulling a lot of hats out of the trick tonight because we know how it gets once the GGs gets rolling at Montpetit Hall.
Yeah, we already saw there. First of all, Jacques Moulin-Gamenta with a big-time putback bucket, but early on we saw first-year sensation and OUA Rookie of the Year, Ollie Engen, knock down a tray to kick things off, and the building got loud right away. So I guess one way that they can try to keep up with this GG's three-point attack is to knock down a couple of their own.
Absolutely. Now, what's impressive about Ollie Engen is he didn't shoot an overall good percentage in the regular season. But coming into this game, he's shooting 33% in the playoffs. So I think his confidence is a little up, and you could tell he's a great scorer, so he's definitely rising to the occasion when his team needs him the most.
Here's Newton on the baseline, working against Silas. He'll go up. The help defense was there, but Newton, unfazed, finishing strong at the rim.
And I think that's a great way to start the game, going inside early for the GGs. Obviously, the scouting report says they shoot the basketball very well, keep them off the three-point line. By attacking the paint early, that opens up the three-point line later in the game, and we know how well they shoot it, and it gives them great opportunities later on in the game.
Lucas Silas making his mark early into this game. A quick step back, and all of the Gales superstars are here to play early on tonight.
Absolutely. I think this is the game of the year that they've been preparing for. So when you're on this stage, when the lights are the brightest, you have to show up and perform, and so far the Queens Gales top players are doing just that.
Well, it's hard to find two rosters in the OUA more star-studded than these. Just in this game alone, we've got 5 OUA All-Stars and 3 major award winners. It feels like these two teams have been on a collision course for honestly the last couple of years as their programs have developed. And like we said earlier, the stage doesn't get much bigger than this.
Absolutely, Sam. And as you mentioned earlier, the University of Ottawa GG's winners of the 2023 Wilson Cup and the 2024 Wilson Cup winner went to the Queens Gales. So this 2025 Cup, there's a bit riding on the line right now to see who's the better of the two teams. So obviously the winner will take the edge over the last 3 years.
And Jacques Dejori can't get that one to go, and the Queens fans are letting him hear it. Here comes Engen inside, but a quick steal from Jacques Dejori. Trying to shove that right back in the face of the Gales fans. Here's Gamenta now, moving inside, a spin move! Jacques Moulin-Gamenta showing off the finesse at the rim.
Absolutely, and that's your OUA 2025 Defensive Player of the Year, showing that he's more than just a defensive player. He can also put some points on the board as well.
Here's Jacques Dejori going up. A lot of contact, but no whistle. It's a big game, and I'm sure the refs are going to be not too quick to pull him out. Baseline J for Ollie Engen, and he's going to be pretty consistent from that field goal range. 5th right now in the OUA in field goal percentage.
No, that kid is very impressive, man. I mean, if you look at his numbers for a rookie, you could tell he's a guy that's fearless and a guy that's not afraid to put some points on the board. And so far, he's off to a great start, and I think he's going to have a great game ahead of him.
And I mean, you can't ask for much more than what we got right now. 2 heavyweights going blow for blow. And there is another one. That's Jalen Sycamore for 3.
And this is kind of what we usually expect from the GGs here at Montpetit Hall. We know they could start the game off red hot, especially from three-point land. And I think Queens came in here with a game plan knowing that the important thing is you don't want to get down early at Montpetit Hall against the GG. So the Queens Gales definitely answering the call early. But still a lot of basketball left in the game, so we'll see how this one plays out.
Silas goes down there. GG's now in transition. Stajic goes up, and he'll draw the foul and head to the line for 2. Queens fans maybe not too happy with that call, but
I love it,
Stuyach.
baby. I love it. I love it. I think Queens fans definitely making their mark heard early. We saw them in the warm-ups. We were cheering the teams on, and we were wondering where the GG's fans are. But make no mistake, the GG's fans are in the house tonight as well.
From providing resources to officiating games to telling stories and more, the OUA would like to extend a sincere thank you to all of their tremendous partners for the continued support of university sport in the province and their meaningful contributions to the overall OUA experience. By the way, I want to give a big shout out real quick to the the Ottawa GG's women's team who just went into the Ravens Den in Carleton and came away with the Critelli Cup win. They've been dominant all season. Good to see them go on and win it when it counts against Carleton, as you said earlier on, Gary.
Absolutely, Sam. And as we said, it seems like these two teams have been on a collision course all season. And the Ravens have had the numbers the GG's numbers all season. But like we said, win when it counts. The Critelli Cup is no better time for the GG's to actually edge the Ravens out. So congratulations to both teams on making it that far. But definitely shout out to Natsuki and the GG's for having the wits to win that game and bring a championship for the Critelli Cup to Montpetit Hall.
Fight for that rebound, but Sikkim is able to come away with it. Big time change on the court now for the GG's. 3 new players coming in off the bench. Stolen by Dragon Stuyach, though, and here's Gamenta to the rim. Jacques-Malin Gamenta couldn't control it right away, but he's able to finish it off anyways. Just a 1-point lead now for the Gales. Jenkins thought about it. He'll kick it over. 3-pointer uncorked, but it's no good, and Kulamala will get the long rebound over top of Scott Jenkins. Owen Kenny now, the first-year sensation for the GG's, on the other hand. And Gamenta works down low. He's going to get blocked. Gamenta really wanted to call. But once again, I like it. The refs are going to let things go, at least early on in this game.
Absolutely, and the one thing the players can't get caught up in is looking to the refs for calls. Because in that possession, if that ball didn't go out of bounds, I saw a Queens guy leaking out, and he would have had a wide-open layup. Don't waste your time complaining to the referees. If the call is not made, run back on defense and get the ball back again and go and score. Yeah,
a lot of emotion is going to come through in this game, but we'll see who can keep him under control better. Here's Smith up top working against Silas. It's going to be hard to get around Smith with all that length, but Silas finds a way as usual, and he'll lay it in with ease.
Very skilled player, Silas. Took his time, broke down his defender, and finished very confidently at the rim. He didn't panic when he saw a 6'11" Smith in the paint, but took his time and finished strong.
Kulamala lost that one, but he's going to fight hard to get it back. In the end, the help from the Gales. Going to get that ball. Here's Jalen Sikima again for 3. And the Gales are showing up at Montpetit.
Absolutely, and I mean, yeah, the lights are bright here, the fans are loud, and you have to show up and play. This is the Wilson Cup championship on the line here, and somebody has to win. And the Queens so far making a great statement, a great point at what they're here to do in Ottawa this weekend.
Gamenta moving inside, and again that Gales help defense causing troubles for the GG's early on. And here's Lucas Pompkin going up through some contact and finishing strong. Little stare down at the end there. We'll see if tensions continue to rise. Now Stuyach, once again, he's going to draw that double team about half court. Finds Kulamala to get out of it this time. A lot of ball movement now. Kulamala thought about it, but he got the jump from Tennant. Now Stuyach with a pump fake of his own. Back to Kulamala for 3. Just a little long, and Sikima's there for the rebound.
Queens doing a great job defensively of being there on the catch on those shooters, forcing them to think about shooting the ball or take a contested shot. So far, great defensive effort on the Queens Gales.
Stout baseline defense from Owen Kenny, but the Gales going to be able to retain possession in the offensive end, and it's an 8-point lead for them now as Jacques Tejori comes back into the game for the GG's. Jalen Sikima, all smiles, heading to the bench now as, I mean, he's had quite the impact early on. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc for him.
Absolutely. When you shoot the ball, both teams shoot the basketball very well. Queens obviously showing their 3-point strength early in the game. We know the GG's going to get heat up at any moment, but right now Queens definitely feeling it, and they're definitely connecting on all their shots, at least most of their shots so far.
And get back out to Cummings for 3, and finally it feels like a breath of relief for GG's fans. Here's Kulamala with a head of steam, but Malcolm Bailey sends him backing. And the Queens fans are nearly on the court right now. What an atmosphere for the Wilson Cup. You can't ask for anything else.
Absolutely great job there by Bailey tracking the basketball. trailing it all the way down, not letting Kulamala get an easy basket, swatting it out of bounds. I believe it went off Kulamala, earned himself another position for his team.
Here's A.J. Cummings up top. Now inside moves. That's Lama with the nice finish. And that's going to call for a timeout from Coach Jimmy. We'll see if he's able to even get a word off to his players in this huddle with the noise in this building. We'll go to a quick break and get back with the rest of the first quarter. Well, the Gales didn't waste any time jumping out to a 10-point lead with just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And I mean, Gary, do you think anyone expected this kind of start from both of these teams?
I think not really expected, but I think right now you could tell with the caliber teams that are facing off here tonight, both teams are very high-powered offensively, great defensive teams as well. So I'm not surprised in that the point that Queens has 21 points. I'm more so surprised that the GGs only have 11 points to start the game.
Double bounce off the rim there. Kenny couldn't get it to fall, and a contested rebound by Malcolm Bailey. Down low at the baseline, a lot of ball movement, and Malcolm Bailey finishes it on the head of Brock Newton.
Wow.
Just listen to the atmosphere here.
Malcolm Bailey definitely making his presence felt. We saw earlier he had that big block against Kulamala, and right there on that last play, we saw him come down the lane and sat on that rim like a big boy, letting Brock Newton know he's going to be in for a battle tonight. So great effort so far by Malcolm Bailey, as I do expect the Brockness monster to respond at some point. Great start for Queens so far in this Wilson Cup.
Brock Newton, by the way, who is 4th in the OUA in blocks this season. Not an easy man to go up against at the rim. But Malcolm Bailey showed no hesitation there. Here's A.J. Cummings up top, working against Kenny. Nice little crossover move, and it's a floater! And it feels like the Gales are getting everything that they put up to go in right now.
Absolutely. This is a performance we're actually used to seeing from the GGs here at Montpetit, where it always seems like everything is falling for them. But tonight looks like Queens is extra prepared, and Queens so far is making an early statement offensively by knocking down the amount of shots they've knocked down so far.
So we came into this talking about the three-point advantage that the GGs felt like they had in this matchup, but so far they're still looking to get their first one to drop. Who's it going to be to finally do it? And Jacques DeJory this time opting for the easier route and taking it down low where he is a force.
I think right now for the GGs, just keep making consistent plays. Make sure you stop the run that Queens is on right now by playing great defense. And then when you get your offensive opportunities, doesn't have to be a three-point because there's a lot of basketball left. Just keep connecting and being consistent offensively.
Jenkins tried to get it to Engen up top. He wanted a call, but refs again letting it slide, and that seems like it'll be a theme as that ball goes out of bounds. Fans, make sure you start following the GG's basketball teams on Facebook, X, and Instagram to get the latest information on the team. You can find them using the handle at GG's WBB and at GG's MBB on Facebook, X, and Instagram. So Newton going to bring things up now for the GGs as the chants start to ring out through Montpetit Hall. Stajic now in the corner. He's got Ponting all over him. Long stretch pass to the other edge. Here's Jacques DeJory now down low, trying to get around Dahlin, and he'll be able to go up for his own rebound and put it back in, giving the GG's fans something to cheer about now. Ponting for three, a quick answer, and it's good.
You have to get back on defense. Right now, Queens Gales are shooting the lights out. You have to get back on defense and locate those shooters early. It doesn't seem like Queens has any intentions of slowing down, and you have to be able to stop them defensively.
Ball poked out of the hand of Stajic there, and Jacques Tajori got there in time, but there was a collision as the ball sailed out of bounds. Looks like the refs are going to give it back to you, Ottawa.
Definitely some physical contact there for sure, but I think the refs are calling the game how they're calling it. As the players are on the court, don't look for the call. If they call it and they give you the ball, that's great. Right now, as the home team and as probably the favorite team to win, you have to play through those contacts.
Yeah.
You have to play through those, and you have to make it count when your team needs you to make it count. So right now, I think they're focusing a little bit too much on the other things other than playing basketball. Although there's a lot of basketball left, it's important for them to stay focused and stay poised if they want to make a comeback against this Queens team, which is red hot right now.
Yeah, and the refs have been consistent with what they're letting go the whole game, which is more than you can usually ask for. So definitely agree. Want to see a little bit more just playing the game. Here's Engen up top in an isolation. Now he's going to call for help. That was Dalen with the screen. Engen from the long two-pointer there, and Newton was all over him.
Great job by Brock Newton. Great job initially by Jacques Tajori on Engen. But that switch, Engen thought he had a matchup, but Brock Newton, big guy, moving his feet and keeping his hand high, forcing a tough shot, which fell short for the Queens Gales and gave the GGs back another possession. So a lot of basketball left, as we said, 5.3 seconds. If the GGs could get another basket up, that would be great. Great to cut the points into single digits. Otherwise, we got to get ready for the second quarter.
Here's Jacques Tajori now. Over to Zilic at the buzzer, but he doesn't quite get it off in time. So one of the most hectic first quarters of basketball that I personally have ever seen, and there's only 3 more to go, so you're not going to want to miss any of them. We'll go to a quick break and be back in a couple of minutes. Well, we were just saying at intermission to each other there, Gary, that this is going to be the first real time that we've seen the GGs play from behind like this, and no one is truly a championship team going through a whole season without any adversity. So this is going to be a true test to Coach Jimmy and this GGs roster to see how they can hold up in an environment like this with so much pressure playing from behind.
Absolutely, and as you said, Sam, this is a real test for the GGs. I've never seen them come from behind against many teams this year, and right now they're down in their home gym, and this is a championship matchup against one of the better teams in the country. So tonight they're going to have to prove that they could win those games and win those tough games in tough situations when it counts the most. And I think this is a true test of what the GGs really are as a team, and we'll see how this game plays out.
Here's Engen now, spin move, fade away, and it is good. That guy from the mid-range is so consistent.
And one thing I'd like to point out is, you know, coming into this game, the GGs came off the last game shooting over 70% from three-point range. Right now, they're currently shooting at 0%. Queens is shooting 57.1%. Another thing that I'm used to seeing from the GGs is their bench scoring. We know they're a very deep team, and they're a team that has a lot of support coming off the bench. Tonight, so far, they've scored 0 points off the bench, and Queens has scored 11 points. So those two deciding factors right now are things that we used to see the GGs do. It seems like the Queens Gales are now using that against them.
Well, if you look back at the first game that these two played against each other, the GGs knocked down the GGs attempted 42 three-pointers in that first game. So it's a huge number, and they knocked down 33% of them. So that kind of performance is what made them so difficult to handle for the Gales in that first matchup. And it's a complete flip of the script now in the biggest game yet.
Absolutely, and being down 11 points, 9 minutes left in the second quarter is not really a tough place to be when you shoot the ball very well. As I've always said, when you shoot the ball very well consistently from the three-point range, you're never really out of a basketball game until the game is over. So seeing that there's a lot of basketball left and knowing how well the GGs can shoot the basketball, we know they could get hot at any moment. When they do get hot, I'm sure this will be a difference in the scoring. But the one thing they have to do is also defend the three-point scoring and also be conscious of the players coming on the court for the Queens Gales and play defense all around.
There's Cummings in the corner, no good, and Kulumalo will grab the board. By the way, that was Jalen Sikkema getting helped off the court. Hopefully he'll be okay. Here's a Jacques DeJory at the rim, and a stare down all the way back to half court. He is gonna start feeling himself right now.
I think that was payback for what Bailey did to his teammate, the Brockness monster. Jacques DeJory wasn't gonna let that slide, so he had to ride for his homie on that one. Came back and returned the favor.
I thought there was going to be a lob coming in there when Ankit had it from the three-point line, but it was good defense nonetheless. And Jacques DeJory able to hype up this crowd, which he seems to always do.
Absolutely, 9-point game now with just over 8 minutes left in this quarter. So GG is slowly chipping away at the lead. They've been consistent defensively so far, getting stops and capitalizing on those stops, which is something that we know they do very well.
Here's Jacques DeJory again, spinning down at the baseline. That's no good, and Tennett's able to grab the rebound. Silas driving the ball up now. Lucas Silas, second-team All-Star, showing us why right there with a really nice finish at the rim.
Great change of pace by Silas. We know he's a very composed player, usually takes his time out, break down the defender, but right there he saw an opportunity to push the ball in transition. Great decision, got himself 2 more points for his team.
OUA.ca is your source for scores, stats, schedules, and stories from around the conference, spanning 20 members, 22 sports, 38 championships, and 9,500 student athletes. The online hub for OUA information helps fans dive deeper into your favorite sports teams and standouts from around the conference. Here's Newton up to the rim, and he lays it in with ease. You can't give him a lane like that.
And I think that's a great job there by Coach Jimmy, putting the ball in Brock Newton's hand, knowing that he's a pretty good ball handler, pretty good playmaker, giving the Gales a different look. We know who all the playmakers are for the GGs, but great read by Brock Newton, bringing the ball down, breaking the defender. Nobody committed to him while he was in transition. Took it all the way to the goal for 2 more points for the GGs. Down 9 points. Right now, it's a great basketball game, great atmosphere, and it's just an exciting moment to be here for this Wilson Cup.
Here's Aaron Tennant up top. The OUA EDI award winner goes down low to Silas. His eyes might have gotten a little too wide, but he's going to give himself another opportunity. He's not going to miss that twice. Luckily, he's able to laugh that one off. Here's Stajic now bringing things up. Once again, that double team as soon as Stajic is going to be the one to try to bring the ball up. Newton going to try to use that to his advantage, though, and he will, spinning down low. We're seeing a lot of finesse around the rim right now.
And absolutely, like I said earlier, great decision by Coach Jimmy to have Brock Newton there assisting in the ball handling. The second time there, we saw Cummings pick up Newton, and then it forced a switch, which gave Newton an opportunity to have a mismatch in the paint, which he quickly took advantage of. So those are great adjustments by the GG's coaching staff, forcing the Queens Gales to adjust their defense as well, which is what you do when you're playing in this kind of game. As they say, it's a game of chess and not checkers, and right now that was a great move by Coach Jimmy.
Yeah, it's clear that Queens came in here with an idea, and that was that they were going to try to shut down Dragon Stajic. Obviously, one of the greatest players in GG's basketball history, all-time leader in assists, first-team All-Star this year, too many accolades to list. Jacques DeJory throws it down with authority, and he is bringing this GG's crowd back to life single-handedly right now.
That's what you do in these kind of games. You have to make the plays that make the other team's coach call a timeout, and that's what Jacques DeJory did that last time. Came down the paint, made a statement, forcing a timeout by the other team.
We'll go to a quick break for this timeout and get back with the rest of this exciting game.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Well, some signs of life for the GGs, causing the Gales to call a timeout, and down now only to a 7-point game. What are you liking from the GGs as they try to claw their way back into this game?
They're a bit more composed. They're taking their time. They're getting the defensive stops that they usually get from their opponents, and they're capitalizing on those defense. They're not rushing anything offensively, and they're making the right plays at the moment. We saw Justin Jock-Tajori last couple of plays put the team on his shoulders and made some big plays, and I think those are game-changing moments there for the GGs. Right now, just remain consistent defensively and take care of the ball, and then take advantage of the opportunities you get offensively.
Nice steal from Newton, and now it'll be in Jock-Tajori. He's got some speed with him. Koulimal's right there, but he'll take it himself. 3 Gales defenders around him, and that is enough to draw a foul.
And as I said, great decision the last 3 possessions now by Justin Jock-Tajori in his decision to bring the ball up the court and attack the hoop, forcing the defense to commit, picking up a foul, and going to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Those plays may not seem that big right now, but if some of these guys continue to pick up fouls consistently during the course of the game, before you know it, some of these key players may be in foul trouble, and as the game plays on, that could play out in the advantage for the GGs.
BioSteel is shaking up hydration and sports nutrition, and as the official hydration partner of the OUA, they're fueling student athletes across Canada. Learn more at biosteel.ca/OUA. So it feels like the GGs, as they start to build momentum of their own, have completely moved away from the 3-ball, which, like we talked about earlier, has not been working for them so far this game. And like you called for them to do early on, as a pretty hard collision there, it looks like everyone's okay, but as you called for them to do early on, Gary, they're moving to their more consistent shots. You know, we've seen Brock Newton knock a couple, his little bread and butter push shot, Jock-Tajori getting to the rim as per usual. That seems like it's been a really effective way for them to consistently be knocking down the opportunities they can get.
Absolutely, and as you said, we know this team shoots the ball very well. Like they shot 70%, above 70% the last game they played here against TMU. We know they can shoot the ball. So far, the 3-ball isn't dropping for them, so they have to find other ways to score, and that's what good teams do. When one thing doesn't work, you go to something else, and you keep working at it until you find out what works.
Well, there's a nice little push shot from A.J. Cummings to put an end to this run from the GGs. And Jock-Tajori now working against Engen. He's going to draw the double team as he gets down closer to the rim. And it's knocked out of bounds, but GG's going to be able to control possession. Desjardins is a proud supporter of the GGs and their student athletes. As a cooperative financial group contributing to the development of communities, Desjardins gives their members and clients the support they need to be financially empowered. Stajic going to float this one up to Newton now, working against Bailey, trying to get maybe a little bit of revenge for what happened early on, but he's unsuccessful as the double team was effective. Now here's Engen down low, and a nice feed from Silas. That dynamic backcourt duo is so difficult to stop.
Yep, Silas is definitely a great playmaker.
Chowdhury chucks up a 3, and with 2 Queens defenders in his face, he knocks it down, ended up on the ground as well. Ankit Chowdhury is insane. Here's Silas with an answer of his own. It's a step back 3, and we're getting back into this blow for blow kind of speed that we were at the start of this game. 8-point lead now for the Gales. Jock-Tajori trying to lose Engen, never an easy task. He's going to find Chowdhury once again. No good this time, off the front rim and out. Now, maybe things starting to slow down a bit as Lama moves inside. All these dishes down low near the rim in close quarters, really paying off for the Gales, but that one a little bit longer gives Lama an open 3 that's no good. Engen with a long rebound, a little Euro step, and he floats it from the free throw line.
Strictly bread and butter by Engen once he gets in that paint with that floater. Very consistent shot for him so far this game.
Here's Stajic now. First time we've really seen him get to handle the ball without a couple extra defenders, but there they were almost as I called them out. He's finding Newton once again for that little bread and butter shot up top as well. I mean, it feels like these teams are playing a game of horse right now. Every time one of them does something, the other one tries to match it and just show anything you can do, I can do better.
Absolutely, and that's definitely what it looks like right now. And right now, Queens definitely matching shot for shot for the GGs, and likewise for the GGs, matching shot for shot for Queens.
There's Stajic getting up for that rebound, and then Jacques Tajori with the lane to the rim, Euro step, and he'll draw a lot of contact to go up, and now he'll get to the line.
And again, a great decision there by Justin, attacking Cummins in the paint and picking up forcing him to pick up a foul. Even though it's early in the games, those plays do matter, and you want to keep attacking players and making them make a decision. Either they're going to foul or get out of the way.
A lot of tension right now, a lot of noise in this building. Not going to be easy free throws for Jacques Tajori.
I will definitely say this. The Queens fans are definitely in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Came all the way from Kingston, that 2-hour drive, and they're here to support their Queens Gales, and they haven't been quiet since they've been in the gym. So you love to see that kind of fan support. But shout outs to the GGs as well, not to be outdone at home against some out-of-towners. So this is the kind of atmosphere you want to see in a game like this. Both teams obviously duking it out, but also both teams having the kind of support they have here tonight.
Yeah, you love to see this in OUA basketball, and both of these teams are known for their strong fan bases, so good to see a true testament to both of them right here tonight. Couldn't ask for a better way for these teams to go at it. Silas working, trying to find something. He's got Tennant down low, and Jacques Tajori was right there, though, with some stout defense, and a fight for the rebound goes the way of the GGs.
Both teams are just battling right now, and that's the most important thing. Is both teams are actually just battling out right now. You can tell both teams came in here prepared to have a dogfight, and that's what we're seeing so far tonight.
Quick update, we're seeing Jalen Sikkema on the bench for the Gales right now, jumping up and down, walking around, nodding his head, he's smiling, so hopefully we'll be able to see him come back into the game. Obviously, he had a hot start. He's a vital player for the Gales. We'll keep an eye on that as we come back from a break in a couple of minutes.
Early mornings, late nights, every rep, every sacrifice leading to this. Fueled by BioSteel, the best get the chance to make their mark. One weekend, one shot at glory.
Well, tensions have been shooting up since tip-off, and I mean, the climax of this game is going to be a wicked one. We can feel it already. Even just the way that these players are carrying themselves on the court is saying that everyone right now is completely locked into this game, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Under 4 minutes to go now for the rest of this half. It's down to a 6-point lead for the Gales, and the GGs look like they have more life than we've seen from them so far today right now. Gales with this full court press, once again giving the GG's guards a little bit of difficulty, and obviously this GG's backcourt, one of the best in the OUA. Here's Chowdhury trying to find something. He's working against Jenkins. A step back on Kit Chowdhury is knocking him down right now, and that's scary for anyone wearing yellow and blue.
And that's what you get for your second team OUA All-Star, a big-time scorer by Chowdhury there, no fear, calling his number and stepping into that shot and knocking down another big shot for the GGs.
Yeah, I mean, we know this guy can create his own shots so well, and we just got a good look at it right there. We'll see if that continues to happen. Jalen Sikkema coming back into the game now, so that's very good to see. He looks good. He was on a heater when he checked in early, still 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Right now we see Jacques Malengo-Meta checking out for the GGs, picked up his second foul. I don't know how that's possible when you have him as he's a defensive player of the year in the OUA and probably contender for defensive player of the year in youth sports. So I think the refs need to let him play his defense because obviously he's been working for him all season, and that's what he does best.
Matt Smith sends Lucas Silas back at the rim, and he is saying that this is his court, and that's his rim right there. He's been protecting it all year, second in the OUA in blocks coming into this one. and he's going to continue to do that tonight.
Absolutely, that's Matt Smith House, and if you're not paying rent in there, you have no business coming in there, and he made that very clear.
Lucas Ponting, though, from the front yard, knocking it down beyond the arc. And he's had quite the night as well. A lot of these Gales players showing up when needed.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of big-time players here making big-time shots tonight, and that's what these kind of games are about. Are you going to rise to the occasion, or are you going to shy away? And so far, all the big players for Queens have stepped up, as well as for the GGs. Right now, Queens has just been on a bender since the game has started, and so far they're still cooking.
So that long rebound will sail out of bounds and go the way of the Gales. Under 3 minutes to go now. Gamenta checking back into the game, so just a quick break from him. I'm sure we're going to see him and Jacques DeJour probably not often off the court at the same time. Coach Jimmy likes to keep them, at least one of them on the court at all times. There's Silas, he's got Kulamala on him. Silas trying to back him down, fades away, a nice post move from Silas, but the shot is off target. And Kulamala is going to find an escape in Gamenta. Gamenta with a head of steam now. He's got a couple of players with him. He spins inside, takes it up, and Newton's right there for the offensive board. That's huge. Ankit Chowdhury with a second chance look now, and he can't get through the traffic. Now it's Silas and Engen running 2v2 going the other way. Silas thought about it for a sec, but he's going to let the rest of his team catch up with him now. Here's Tennant moving inside, kicks it out. Ponting, he's been good. Not that time, though. Kulamala is back for the board, gives it up to Newton. Newton had Chowdhury, but he couldn't find him through a couple of Gales defenders. Now Newton down low. He's kicking it to Chowdhury now for three. Just a little long, but the fans were on their feet as soon as it left his hand. He's feeling hot right now. Engen moving it up now to Tennant. Engen cutting to the rim, but good defense from Chowdhury to stick to his hip right there. Now Engen's going to try to do it with ball in hand. Spinning again, and it's a fadeaway, no good. Rebound can't be corralled by Ponting, and a big ton hard hit there against Engen. That'll draw a foul on the ground.
Great job, great defensive possession there for the GGs, especially great efforts there by Chowdhury against Engen. Engen a little bit bigger, you could tell, probably a little bit stronger, but Chowdhury holding his ground and forcing him to take a tough shot. Great job by the Dragon as well, recovering that basketball and drawing the foul.
So Newton once again going to be the one to bring it up. Gamenta up top now. He's got Stajic. Saw the rim there. He's going to give it to Newton instead on the baseline, but he can't get it to go. Gamenta almost got up for that board. Both these teams having a little trouble controlling the ball right now both ways. Didn't get Tennant there on the call. Thought he might have. So did the GG's bench. Now Silas up top. Under a minute to go. Working against Gamenta, thought about stepping back. He got Gamenta to bite, so he's going to take it up himself. Off the front rim, though. Hard-fought rebound. And once again, off the hands of a GG's player and out of bounds.
Silas definitely has that basketball on a string with the hezzy between the leg, put the hezzy pull back, got his defender off his feet, and then put the ball on the court to a pull-up. Didn't count, but they're able to get the basketball back because the GG's couldn't secure the basketball. But great job, great attempts by Queens in that last possession.
Another timeout called, so we'll get one more quick break before we finish off this second quarter. Seven points to go for the GGs before they can mark this comeback as complete. But first things first, they got to worry about stopping these Gales on the defensive side of the ball, because right now Queens is doing whatever they really want, it feels like, in the GG's side.
Absolutely. Engen, as we said, a high scorer for the Queens Gales. He's averaging 23 points in his playoff run as a rookie at that. And then, you know, Lucas Silas, another all-star player who's a very capable scorer as well, who's also having a great start to the game. And then you have Ponting coming in with 8 points, and you have Sikema, who started out 2 for 2 from three-point range. So Queens definitely has some scorers out there, and they're definitely not backing down tonight.
Here's Engen with her lane to the hoop, but Newton goes up and meets him at the top. Bit of a collision on the ground there. One Gales player still down. Hopefully he's okay.
Definitely a tough collision there. We saw, I think it was...
That's Aaron Tennant on the ground.
I think it was Tennant and Brock Newton there collided for a bit. Brock Newton,
Yeah.
good to see Brock Newton still standing on his feet, but obviously you never want to see a player go down. You never want to see a player hurt. So hopefully Tennant is okay and is able to either walk off on his own power or even stay in the game. Either one works as long as he's obviously safe and healthy after he's checked out.
So a couple of trainers now coming onto the court. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll get back with an update on this injury here.
Red Bull gives you wings.
So Aaron Tennant there just got named the OUA Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award winner for the 2024-25 season. Incredible honor. He was able to get up and walk off the court on his own, so that's always a good sign. Hopefully we can get an update on that soon. 5-point deficit now after the bucket from Kenny was good, but it looks like they're going to wave off the bucket, and the GG's faithful not happy with that call one bit.
Well, I don't think you should wave off that basket because you let them play to the point where they went down and didn't score. If you were going to stop the game, you should have stopped the game once the players collided. I would definitely be upset as well if I was Coach Jimmy and the GG's. I felt like that's a possession they were robbed there for sure.
Now it's Sycamore back in the game, fading away, and he is picking up right where he left off, not missing a beat. Stajic glancing back at the clock now. He's got nothing to worry about. 12 seconds to go in the half. Gigi's going to look to end it on a high note. And Jacques Tejori, nice little ball control back to Stajic. Can't get it, but Kenny goes for the long rebound, able to control it. Stajic got it tipped out of his hands by Silas, but the rest will give it to the Queens. So didn't get a good look at who actually knocked it out, but I can tell you Dragon Stajic wasn't too happy. 2 seconds to go now. Ponting at the buzzer. No good on the circus shot there. So 7 points up the Gales are at the end of the first half. What a first half of basketball it was. And you won't want to miss the next 2 quarters. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the rest.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Early mornings, late nights, every rep, every sacrifice leading to this. Fueled by BioSteel, the best get the chance to make their mark. One weekend, one shot at glory.
I belong.
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 Saying I belong carries significance.
It goes beyond individual or team performance.
It touches on the broader social context of the representation within sport.
Saying I belong conveys a powerful message.
A message of empowerment, resilience, and the breaking of barriers.
Signifies determination to overcome obstacles
and succeed in an environment that may not always be inclusive
or representative of diverse backgrounds.
Saying I belong asserts the right to be recognized, respected, and valued.
It hides a desire to challenge stereotypes and to promote diversity.
It inspires others from similar backgrounds
to pursue their dreams in sport while feeling supported.
Saying I belong can also serve as a reminder to the sports community.
A reminder of the importance of inclusivity, equal opportunity.
And create an environment that celebrates and embraces diversity.
It can pave the way for greater representation
and contribute to positive change in the industry.
Saying I belong is a powerful affirmation
that everyone has a rightful place in the sport.
Callum Baker. Stop. Jordan DeChente.
David Walker. Open look. Yes. Rattles it home.
Sagal for three goes.
To the rim. Flips it up. Using the offhand and scoring. Silas. To the rim with a roll with the left hand.
We ain't got no ball. What a feed. Oh, what a dunk. Back the other way. Gente. The up, the under, and the finish. U Sports player putting it on.
Baker crops over the timeline with a pull-up three. Bam! From the University of Toronto, the first blue. Rainbow snow cone.
There's Walker to the rim. Yes. David Walker.
Pittsburgh challenge. Barber up and good.
Throws it down.
9 on the clock. Wide open jumper. Up and good.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
We're looking forward to a great evening. It's a chance to obviously celebrate all the successes from this last year. We're really here, and the work we do is on behalf of the student athletes and their coaches. So a special shout out to the student athletes and the coaches in the room today.
She helped lead her team to the Quigley Cup title. The 23-24 OUA Athlete of the Year is Brock Badger's volleyball standout, Sarah Roy. He was first team OUA All-Star, the 23-24 OUA Athlete of the Year from the Guelph Griffins, Max Davies.
Sport has changed society. Sport does reproduce the dominant values in society, but that means if we get it right, then we become part of that. And so a good message tonight is a big thank you to our OUA staff who was charged with dealing with the biggest conference in the country to make it work.
To my colleagues I've worked with in this room my whole time while at U Ottawa, thank you. It has been my pleasure to meet you, to learn from every single one of you, to get to know you, to share some good laughs together, and probably some tears too, through tough moments that we've all supported one another.
Congratulations to the 2023-24 JP Loosemore Award recipient, Carleton University's Jennifer Brennan.
I've been working in this industry for 36 years. It's been an incredible career. I've been so blessed and fortunate to work with so many great people, those that look out for me, those that welcomed me, and those that have supported me. Thank the OUA staff and Gord for this incredible honor.
It's a real pleasure to look back on everything that the folks in this room have accomplished here tonight over the course of the 23-24 OUA season, and it's really exciting to look forward. We've got some time off now, but we get to do it all again for the 24-25 season.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Early mornings, late nights, every rep, every sacrifice leading to this. Fueled by BioSteel, the best get the chance to make their mark. One weekend, one shot at glory.
I belong.
I belong.
I belong.
I belong.
I belong. I belong.
I belong.
Saying I belong carries significance.
It goes beyond individual or team performance.
It touches on the broader social context of the representation within sport.
Saying I belong conveys a powerful message.
A message of empowerment, resilience, and the breaking of barriers.
Signifies determination to overcome obstacles
and succeed in an environment that may not always be inclusive
or representative of diverse backgrounds.
Saying I belong asserts the right to be recognized, respected, and valued.
It hides a desire to challenge stereotypes and to promote diversity.
It inspires others from similar backgrounds
to pursue their dreams in sport while feeling supported.
Saying I belong can also serve as a reminder to the sports community.
A reminder of the importance of inclusivity, equal opportunity.
And create an environment that celebrates and embraces diversity.
It can pave the way for greater representation
and contribute to positive change in the industry.
Saying I belong is a powerful affirmation
that everyone has a rightful place in the sport.
Callum Baker. Jordan Vicente.
David Walker. Open look. Yes! Rattles it home.
Sago for three goes.
To the rim, flips it up, using the offhand and scoring. Silas to the rim with a roll with the left hand.
Oh, what a feed! Oh, what a dunk! Back the other way. Ejected. He upped the under in the finish. U Sports player putting it on.
Baker crops over the timeline with a pull-up three. Bam! From the University of Toronto, the Varsity Blues. Rainbow still coming.
There's Walker to the rim. Yes! David Walker.
Pittsburgh challenge. Far up and good.
Throws it down.
9 on the clock. Wide open jumper. Up and good.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
Well, we're getting a look right now at the GG's women's basketball team, just getting back from their trip to the Carleton's Raven Den, where they won the Critelli Cup, came out victorious, took down their long-standing rivals, the Ravens, and they were welcomed back with open arms by the GG's faithful at Montpetit Hall. What a moment for them and all the fans here who have watched them all season.
Absolutely, definitely shout out to the GG's women's team on winning the Critelli Cup. It's been a long battle for them against the Carleton Ravens across town this whole season. And the first two games, I believe, that they've met, the Carleton Ravens had walked away victorious. But tonight, the GG's women's team will not be denied, and they came out the champions of the Critelli Cup. So definitely shout out to the GG's team on being consistent and not folding when their back is against the wall or when they're in the midst of pressure, knowing that the Carleton Ravens obviously back-to-back championships from the last couple of years, obviously the top team in Canada right now. So definitely a big win and a statement win for the GGs, and now they prepare to go to nationals where they might run into each other again at some point.
Yeah, I think that was Allie McCarthy there wearing the game mesh around her neck as a scarf. So good to see them having fun. I'm sure they'll celebrate tonight. But back to the matter at hand, Gary. This is a GG's team who are undefeated at home in regular season play all year, and this is by far the hardest we've seen them push. What have the Gales been able to do to knock the GGs off their horse?
The Gales have been able to do just what they've been doing, just getting stops. They came out red hot. They were knocking down three-point shots. I believe right now they're shooting about 57% from three-point, as opposed to the GGs, who we know are a capable shooting team. Tonight they're only shooting 11%. So that to me is one of the biggest difference in the game. And also right now, Queens has just set the tone for the game, and they've been riding that momentum and just playing. They've been controlling the tempo of this game this whole night. So right now, Queens is running the table. They've gotten comfortable, and they've gotten into positions where they could make shots at will, and that's what's been working for them tonight. Right now, the GG's got to figure out how to put the ball in the hoop from three-point range, but also continue to contain Lucas Silas and Ollie Egan, who have been unstoppable so far for the Queens Gales.
By the way, that was Malcolm Bailey once again showing off his hops right in front of the Gales fan seating area right here, getting all the way up to block that shot. Here's Chowdhury, a quick three. Just left it short. Silas was there to contest it. Rebound is fought for and eventually sailing out of bounds, but the GG is going to be able to control it once again. So no team really been able to make their mark on the glass right now. Nobody's really dominating either way. It's been a lot of hard-fought rebounds, a lot of scrappy stuff as well.
Absolutely. As you said, both teams are pretty evenly matched in a lot of categories. The one thing that's really separating this game right now is the three-point shooting by the Queens Gales.
Nice job from Gamenta to burrow himself in there and go up with a really nice putback finish. Now they're going to bring the double team of their own against Engen as he tries to bring the ball up. That's going to open up Silas pretty well, though. He's already using it to find a lot of space. Lama up top, back to Cummings. Now it's Engen. He's gotten Jacques Tajori on him, but he's going to switch him off to Newton. This has been a battle all night long. Newton gets a hand in the face, and he's going to come out victorious this time, and now he's got a head of steam towards the rim, but Silas is able to catch up to Ankit Chowdhury before he can see him, and he's going to actually pick up a foul. GG's bench, they like that call. Here's Newton now down low, gets around Bailey, but once again, Malcolm Bailey putting a stamp on this game right now. Engen in the other end, he's got Silas, gonna set a screen for him. Now Silas gonna take it himself to the left, but Stajic holds strong and they get Stajic with the foul. So the first call that we've seen along those lines where the refs kind of could have went either way, and they decided to pull out the whistle. The GG's fans didn't like it. We just, by the way, a quick update, did just see Aaron Tennant walking towards the Gales dressing room, so not sure if he'll be checking back into this game, hoping he's okay.
Absolutely. Again, you hate to see a player of his caliber, and definitely with the award that he won, it tells you what kind of, morals and person that he is. So you hate to see him have to sit this game out, but hopefully he is doing well, and hopefully he'll be able to step back on the court. If not tonight, obviously the Queens Gales will buy a ticket to the Nationals tournament coming up, so hopefully he'll be able to return at some point to help support his team.
Here's Stajic now, bringing across half. Working against Dolan, finds Gamenta over in the corner. Gamenta trying to back down Silas. He'll go up over two Gales players. Almost comes away with his own rebound, but Engen finally controls it. Crossover move from Engen, and Newton was with him every step of the way, but it didn't stop the rookie. Here's Jacques Tajori. He's got to step to the hoop, and man, his steps are so long, he could start that from outside of the key.
Absolutely right there. You see both teams trading baskets there for a possession. Engen with a great head of steam attacking the hoop, and Jacques Tajori returning the favor the other way.
Floater on the baseline from A.J. Cummings is no good. He'll get another whack at it now, but instead he'll dish it to Kai Dolan. Dragon Stajic was there, giving him a little bit of trouble, and now he's going to steal the ball completely, and Jacques Tajori looking to slow things down a little bit. He's got Ponting all over him, and he'll draw the foul. Goes up, finishes it through the contact, and he gets an and one. And Jacques Tajori back to the line.
Absolutely, and right now, as we said, we saw early in the second quarter where Justin kind of put the team on his shoulders a little bit and decided, you know what, I'm going to keep attacking, and so far has been paying off. And right there, you see that was a big boy move, using his body and his length and finishing in the paint.
Hey fans, don't miss a minute of the action thanks to OUA.TV with hundreds of games from around the OUA live or on demand. Each year, the streaming home for OUA lets you follow your favorite teams on their quest for a coveted OUA championship. Visit OUA.tv to watch.
And if I'm not mistaken, that could be the third foul on Jacques Melen Guameta. And again, you know, you hate to see it. The OUA defensive player of the game can't catch a break, and I just feel like those are calls that, you know, you could let slide. A guy running down the court and a guy trips over his feet right in front of him doesn't have to be a foul called. That's just my opinion at this point.
Absolutely, I agree, Gary, but nonetheless, that's his third, and here's Engen to the room. What a find from Kai Dolan, and an even better finish from Engen.
Absolutely, great read off Engen coming off that high ball screen. Looked like the defense was focusing too much on the screen and not protecting that weak side of the paint. And Engen was able to curl off that screen and attack the hoop with no contest. So great read by Engen and great finish as well.
That was a nice ball from Jacques DeJour. He kind of threaded the needle there to set up Gamenta down low to draw that foul. So Gamenta stepping up to the line, coming into this game, shooting about 81.5% from the stripe this season. So a lot of these GG's players are pretty consistent from the line. First one's good, but this is a tough environment to hit him in. I mean, I'm sure everyone can hear how loud this crowd is.
Absolutely, but you know what, man? That's a free lunch. You're at the free throw line shooting free shots. If that doesn't make you happy, then I don't know what will. That's easy points you could get for your team. So for me, I think it's when a guy doesn't shoot a high percentage from the free throw line, it's like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah. You know, but tonight, obviously, we know that these guys can knock down shots and knock down big shots as well. So it's good to see Guameta connecting from the free throw line.
Lead now down to 4. This is the closest it's been since basically the start of the game. Here's Bailey down low, kicks it to Silas, who finishes through a lot of GG's defenders.
Obviously, Silas has a great touch around the paint, great feel for the ball, great finisher as well. So that was no problem for him to step in there and put up those 2 points.
Kenny can't get that corner shot to fall. That's usually where he's going to be the most consistent on that catch and shoot down in the corner. Hopefully that won't affect his confidence as the game continues. Here's Cummings. Jalen Sikkema up top. He's been knocking down threes as quickly as they can tee him up. Silas tried to do it again there, but instead he'll take it himself. Gives it back to Bailey on a last-second decision. Scramble for the ball now, and it'll be a jump ball at the end of the shot clock. A little bit of commotion on the ground now as well as tensions continue to rise. And this one might be starting to get interesting, folks. Queens fans calling for a tee. Looks like Silas is doing a good job just trying to get his guys out of that little scramble. Good veteran presence there from the fifth-year player.
Well, you know what, man? In a game like this, some tempers are going to flare. Both teams, nobody's trying to lose tonight. You know, both teams are playing a very, very competitive game so far. But, you know, sometimes you just got to make a better decision and walk away from a confrontational situation, avoid getting a technical foul, and again putting your team in a bad position. So great job by the leaders of both teams, corralling their guys and pulling them off to the side. So that's what true leadership is about. And you know, even though tempers flare, it's good to walk away and cool down sometimes.
So it looks like they're going to get Khalifa Kulamala on the foul. That was the original call. And it'll be Gale's ball as well. So Queens fans happy. GG's fans not so much. Oh, sorry, it'll be free throws actually for Malcolm Bailey. Kulamala is still pleading his case. Be sure to celebrate the start of a new school year at your home away from home. Father and sons. From breakfast with your buds to classic karaoke, you'll feel right at home. Thank you to Father and Sons. So lead up to 7. Gale's trying to kind of get back into this state that they were in earlier, where it felt like they were knocking everything down. But GG's defense looking a little bit better after the intermission. Jacques DeJour getting screened there. He's going to pass it off. Smith now with a big-time contest. So long. Matthew Smith is hard to get anything around.
Absolutely, doing what he does best, protecting the paint and making it tough for his opponents. So great job again by Matthew Smith. And a great decision there by Owen Kenny. Attack the hoop, force the defense to commit, pick up a blocking foul, and if not a free throw shot, at least you get to keep the ball for another possession.
Good call from the refs there. I think Malcolm Bailey tried to get his feet down in time, but I don't think he did. So as a first-year player like Owen Kenny, he's been so good all year. Do you think the nerves are a little stronger for him as one of the guys that hasn't been in this position before?
Absolutely, but I mean, that would be at the start of the game. At this stage of the game, the nerves have to be out the door and you have to show up and perform.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I mean, if you're still nervous at this point of the game, you probably shouldn't be in the game, and that's just my opinion.
Now Silas trying to go against Stayich. Cummings up top. Lost his dribble. He's looking for someone to dump it off to. Ponting had a hot start. Been a bit quiet ever since. Wanted to travel, but a hard fall for both Jacques Tajori and Silas. And Jacques Tajori went all the way up to block that one and just completely lost his footing up top. Looks like everyone's okay. Gale's going to retain the ball, 8 seconds on the shot clock, so they'll have to move quickly. Chowdhury checking back into the game now for the GGs. Going to give Stayich a break. Bailey goes up for that one. Here's Cummings. Time winding down. 2 seconds for Cummings. He floats it over Smith, and it's no good. Gale's going to fight for the ball, though, under the rim.
And again, that's what Matthew Smith is there for, you know, protecting that paint. Even though it was not a block shot, he was able to force a bad shot or a contested shot, secure the rebound, get himself a foul, and now he gets a chance to go to the free throw line to get his team 2 shots. Now, this is key. This is key because Queens is now in the bonus, which means that every time they make a foul, that's 2 shots for the GGs. This is a great opportunity for the GGs to crawl back into this game, get stops defensively, and then force Queens to play defense without fouling. If they can't do it, you're going to the line for 2 free throws, knock those down, and then come back again and get more stops. That's how you get back into this game. 4-point game different, 5 minutes left, Queens in the bonus. You have to take advantage of that.
Well, Matt Smith does exactly that there. Now it's Engen on the other end. Thought about that fadeaway again, and oh my goodness, Matt Smith is on a heater right now, sending back everything that Queens can try to put up towards the rim.
And that's exactly what, like I said earlier, man, as Matthew Smith is saying, look, this is my house. If you're not paying any rent, you need to get out. And that's what he's been doing tonight, sending those shots back to those defenders.
And Jacques Tajori now bringing it up. He's got Kenny in the corner. Kenny for 3, and it's good. Get on your feet, GG's fans. They are right back in this.
And there you go. When you shoot the basketball as well as the GGs do, you're never out of a basketball game. A timely 3 there by Owen Kenny. And just...
Goodness, A.J. Cummings answering as quickly as he can.
And there you go, shot for shot. So it looks like they're still playing horse, Sam. Exactly. Big shot by Kenny and big shot followed up by Cummings.
Chowdhury going to use the screen from Smith to take one of his own. He left it a little short. Here's Jalen Sikkema, still dangerous from beyond the arc, but he kicks it down low instead. Bailey to Cummings in the corner. Chowdhury's right there. This is good D from the GGs, not giving up any space. This is a battle of 2 titans in the paint right now with Matt Smith and Malcolm Bailey, but Smith had to leave there, almost gave Bailey a chance at the board.
Now you notice Bailey was very aggressive in the first half of the game where he was a little bit more dominant, seemed to have a better matchup against Brock Newton. Now you see him against Matt Smith is a little more hesitant to go through his move offensively. He's looking more to pass now than he's looking to score, and that's the kind of presence that Matthew Smith has in the paint.
Yeah, Matt Smith is not going to be outdone in the paint at Montpetit Hall. He's going to give it everything he has right now, just like the rest of these 2 teams. Here's Silas. Pump fake, he's going to fade. Leaves it short, though. Good defense once again, but Cummings with a sneaky rebound. Now it's in the corner to Lama. Time winding down. Throws up a shot, and it's no good. Kulamala went up for the board, and eventually Kenny comes away with it. Newton slowing it down now, and he'll use his other ball handler. He's meant to thought about it. Ankit! Chowdhury from the corners, no good. Here's Silas, finds Engen in transition, but Jacques-Malin Gamenta's there, the athletic superstar from Cameroon.
And that's what you get from the Defensive Player of the Year, whether it's on-ball defense, whether it's playing that help side, or chasing down a player to block a shot. That's what you get from your Defensive Player of the Year in the OUA. Great efforts by Jacques-Malin Gamenta.
So, like we mentioned earlier, Queen's in the bonus, so that's going to send Newton up to the line right now with a chance to knock this down to a one-possession game. Can't get the first one.
You have to finish your breakfast, man. That's a free meal right there at the free throw line. You're down 4 points, have a chance to cut it to 2 points. You have to connect on those free throw shots.
Well, if the players on the court right now, if the Gales are going to foul anyone, it'll probably be Newton. He's coming into this shooting just over 50% on the season from the strike. Gamenta with the fadeaway shots, no good. Newton was almost there for the rebound. Went off a couple of players, and the refs will give it to the Gales.
And I'm not biased, but it looked like the ref might have missed one there also. From where I'm sitting, it looks like it might have went off the Queens Gales. So, but definitely the refs telling the fans, listen, if you're a fan, we get it. You want to cheer for your team and you want to get hype, but you cannot interfere with how the game's being played. Yeah. Cheer from the sidelines. Don't step on the court, and don't impede the movement of the referees.
Engen fading away, and he knocks another one of those down. Newton struggling to just get the ball past Kai Dalen. He's going to find a way to get it up to Gamenta. Gives it to Kulamala. Lob to Kenny. Just can't finish it off. Kenny goes down fighting for the ball, though, throwing Gales players off of him. So possession will go to the GGs. Another thing I wanted to mention here is that in the second game where these two squared off at the Arc, the Gales had 20 turnovers in that game that they lost, and in this one, only 9 so far tonight. So definitely another thing that they've cleaned up, and one of the reasons they're able to do what they're doing right now.
Absolutely. I think both teams are actually doing a great job of protecting the basketball. Gales with 9 turnovers, GGs with 7 turnovers. But right now, the Gales are just playing a very solid basketball game, inside, outside scoring, and I think right now that's what's giving them the edge. The GGs, although they've made a couple threes here and there, they haven't shot the ball at the rate that we know they're capable of shooting it, and we know that that's a big difference in the game right now. Being down 6 points, that's only a couple three-point shots that we know that they have it in them, but we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of a shocker that they've had these troubles from beyond the arc, because it's really the first time we've seen it. Like we said earlier in the broadcast, the game 1 against the Gales, they put up 42 three-point attempts and hit a third of them. And then in game 2, they hit just about a third of their attempts as well. So this is really the first time we've seen them struggle to this attempt. You know, anytime you can knock down a third of your three-pointers, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. But it hasn't been the case today.
Absolutely. Now, last couple possessions by the GGs were a little bit wayward in my opinion. The alley-oop lob, which didn't end up turn out to anything, and the play before that, which didn't amount to anything as well. They have to be careful in those positions to make sure that they're still playing good, consistent basketball. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're taking bad shots and making bad decisions. Great decision there by Brock Newton to giving them 2 more points. Those are the kind of plays that are going to bring you back into this basketball game.
Yeah, he showed off his spin move there. We've seen a lot of them tonight. And he's got that touch around the rim. We know that. Here's Silas trying to use the screen from Jenkins. He'll take it himself. Took a lot of steps there, but no call, and it was a nice finish.
Absolutely, a great move by Silas. He knows how to break down the defender, and he knows how to position himself and get himself to that basket. He has to face more resistance.
Dragon Stajic from beyond the arc with the defender right in his face, and he is going to do his part in getting the GG's fans active right now. And Engen going down low, and a really nice fadeaway on the other end. So neither team really able to pull away right now.
Have to get stops, man. The Gales need to face a little bit more resistance from the GGs right now. We know you can score, and we're seeing you score the basketball, but every shot you score, the Gales are answering. You have to put up more resistance. You have to get stops, and this is going to be the turning point for the GGs. Once they start getting stops and continue to capitalize, they will definitely blow this game open in their favor.
Stajic somehow saves that and gets it to Kenny in the corner, but The GGs just cannot get a shot off before time runs out.
The Queens fans are definitely making it tough for the GGs there on the court. And you saw Gumeta indicating that he didn't hear the countdown of the shot clock because it was a little bit loud in here. And Queens fans are definitely making their voices heard, making it difficult for the GGs to hear anything happening on the sideline, indicating what they need to do on the basketball court.
And that's a championship environment and the kind of environment that this game absolutely deserved. Here's Ponting from 3. He's still no good. Hasn't been able to connect so far early into this half. Under a minute now to go. GG's down by 5. Ankit Chowdhury showing off his dribble moves to Kenny for 3. Owen Kenny, bang!
And that's what you get from your OUA all-rookie team, Owen Kenny. A big-time player who has put up some big numbers here for the GGs as a rookie. A fearless player and a big shot maker, as we've seen there in that last possession.
Bailey tried to pull up from the mid-range, but he left it a little short. And Jacques Tejori with a step, and he throws it down. The GGs are right back in this. It's all tied up in Montpetit Hall.
And that's like you said, like we said, get stops and then make them pay. And so far, the last couple possessions, that's what we've seen. Right now is a big possession. Get a stop, get a stop, get a stop, get a stop.
Silas at the buzzer. In and out, no good. And it's all knotted up as we set our sights on an exciting fourth quarter. You won't want to miss it. It'll be on in 2 minutes. Well, it was quite the entertaining break here tonight as both fan bases just going after each other one-on-one there, trying to outdo each other. And we've been giving a lot of credit to these Gales fans so far tonight, but I just want to go back and point out that that last second shot that Silas chucked up at the end of the first quarter there, he took it with about 3 seconds to go on the clock, and that's because the GG's fans were accelerating his clock for him when they were chanting out the seconds. So they were yelling 0 when there was about 3 left, and Silas had to throw up a prayer. So awesome to see both of these fan bases getting involved right now. Malcolm Bailey went up with his eyes wide, but he just couldn't finish it. Now in Jacques Tejori in transition will lose the ball, but he might be able to get it back if he can. Instead, it'll be a jump ball. Fans eagerly awaiting a decision. Possession to the GGs. So it's all tied up as we head into the fourth quarter. And I mean, you've had the feeling all game that this would come down to the wire if the GGs could pull it together, and they certainly have. Here's Stajic up top. He's going to be the one to set a screen for Jacques Tejori, but he'll go left with it. Working against Ponting, all on his own. Fadeaway shot, and Jacques Tejori with the and one.
And that's how you do it. Jacques Tejori very early Early in the second quarter, you saw him, as I said, decided to put the team on his shoulder, and he's just been in attacker mode since that. And right now, that was a big play to give the GGs basically their first lead of the game. And what a timely bucket that is. Pick up the foul, the and one, knock down the kiss off the glass, and now he's at the free throw line for a free throw. That's what you do in these kind of games. You want to pick your team up, you got to basically step up and make the plays that you would expect somebody else to play. Jacques DeJory punching his ticket tonight and letting him know that I'm here tonight and I'm here to play and leave it all on the court for my team.
Well, the Gales were in the bonus at the end of the third quarter there, and that's their first foul of the fourth, only under a half minute into the game. Sorry, the quarter. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Nice steal from Kenny, and he's got Stajic with him. Over to Kenny. He tried to finish, but Engen with a really nice defensive effort. Chowdhury nails the shot, but they're going to get him on a double dribble. So he corralled it for a second, used his dribble, and then after the pump fake, he tried to use it again. Bit of a mental lapse for Ankit Chowdhury, but that's a rarity for him.
Absolutely, and you hate to see that because that shot was money, but great call by the referees. He definitely did dribble, pick up his dribble, and then took another dribble. So, yeah, correct call was made right there by the refs.
Engen might have clutched that ball one too many times, and he couldn't really get a clean shot off. Ball goes out of bounds, but he was able to at least knock it off of the GG's player. So Silas to inbound it now in the offensive end. Looking for something. He's got Bailey now up top. Back to Silas. He's going to let it go. Just off kilter. And Stajic with the quick rebound. Now the GG's going to slow things down. Gamenta thought about shooting, but Engen's right there. This is quite the showdown right now between those two as he switches it off to Silas. Ball rolls out of bounds. Refs, no one making a decision. Oh, it will go to the GGs. So Stajic now on the inbound. He's got Ankit quickly. Nice pump fake from Ankit and a high floater from the baseline. Ankit Chowdhury.
Great job by Chowdhury. Obviously, we know he's a great three-point shooter. Hit him with the pump fake, got in the paint, and went to that nice floater. Great concentration and a great finish in the paint by Chowdhury.
Dish inside. Here's Silas. Almost gets that pass off cleanly around Brock Newton. Malcolm Bailey not able to finish. Silas goes back up with it, though, right in Newton's face. Now in Jacques DeJory in the other end. He's got 4 Gales around him, and he draws the foul once again. Justin and Jacques DeJory is unstoppable right now.
Absolutely, and I think right now Jacques DeJory is in the zone. He's currently up to 23 points, and he doesn't look like he has any inch of stopping. Just keep putting the pressure on the Queens Gales. They have to make a decision. It's either you're going to stop me, or I'm going to score, or I'm going to score and pick up the end one and go to the free throw line. Great decision by Jacques DeJory. If they're not going to stop you, why would you stop yourself?
So GG's with a chance here to go up by 4 points.
Now, the only knock against Jacques DeJory at the moment is that he only shoots about 52 or so % from the free throw line, and that you cannot have that in these kind of games. You cannot leave points on them. You have to make those counts. And like I said, that's a free meal, man. You got to eat when you get those opportunities.
Absolutely. So he splits his trip there, but he will, in the end, make it a 4-point game. First time we've seen the Gales play from behind tonight. Cummings now working down low. He's got Chowdhury all over him. He's going to use that space to let it go, but Chowdhury recovered too quickly. Long prayer ball to Ollie Engen, who has to go back over the court, the half-court line to corral it, and now it's loud on the other side of the gym, and the GGs, we know how much they can feed off of this crowd's energy.
Absolutely, and what we've seen Queens do very well for the first 3 quarters. They were very composed, very composed and disciplined. Right now, they seemed a little erratic, while the GGs now are starting to play a more composed and disciplined basketball game. And I think it's just a timely portion of the game for the GGs to get into that consistency. And right now, I think Queens is a little bit off keel. So hopefully, they could get themselves back together. There's still 7 minutes, 42 seconds left. They're only down 4 points. A lot of basketball left to be played, but they have to get back to doing the things that they were doing consistently for the first 3 quarters of this game.
Wilson is the official basketball of the OUA, founded in 1914. Wilson is a leading manufacturer of high-performance sports equipment, apparel, footwear, and accessories, bringing more than a century of innovation, history, and heritage across basketball and beyond. Malcolm Bailey, oh my goodness. We just said that Jacques Tejori is unstoppable. Might have been in a commentator curse, as Malcolm Bailey had something to say about it. Ankit Chowdhury looks like he's in a little bit of pain right now, but he's able to get up on his own. Ill-timed foul, unfortunately, as Jacques Tejori had no one between him and the rim when Stajic came up with the ball there. I thought there was about to be a highlight reel play.
Absolutely, but shout out to Malcolm Bailey there, doing his best Matthew Smith impression, and saying, listen, if you gotta pay rent down there, you gotta pay rent down here as well. Blocking his shot and sending him home. Great job by Malcolm Bailey on that last defensive possession.
Ollie Engen in his bag right now as he creates that shot all for himself and knocks it down.
Absolutely great job by Engen. He's only 4 points away from what he's averaging in the playoffs right now. And just a rookie of the year, kid with a lot of talent, a lot of poise, and he's just not showing any fear in his game right now. He's just getting down and getting to business, getting the job done.
Engen, one of the hardest workers you'll meet too in your lifetime. Since well into elementary school, it's just been all basketball for him. So it's good to see that work paying off. Silas gets the ball stripped from him down low, and Gamenta is able to dish it out to Kulamala. Now Khalifa Kulamala gives it to Stajic for three. A little bit long, but Newton's right there for the rebound. Threw it up quickly, wanted a foul, but didn't get it.
Absolutely, I think that was a missed opportunity there by Newton. I think if he had taken his time, used his size a little bit better against the smaller Silas, he could have got himself 2 more points on the board, but I think he was expecting a call from the ref. One thing you should not do in a game like this, don't expect calls, just make plays.
And speaking of, that was Lucas Silas, with a really nice shot right in the face of Justin and Jacques Tejori.
And just like that, Silas came down and he made a play, and that's what you do in a game like this to keep your team in it and get your team involved. And Jacques Tejori not to be denied. Make plays. If you want to win, you have to make plays. And that's what we're seeing right here at Montpetit Hall by the Queens Gales and by the University of Ottawa GGs.
Justin and Jacques Tejori is ice cold right now. Just a calm stare down after that huge 3-ball. We'll go to a quick break before you get to keep watching the Justin and Jacques Tejori show. Well, you can't help but feel the semblance between this game and the Wilson Championship last year, which the Gales won on a buzzer beater shot. I mean, this game is tight right now, and all signs lead to a very close ending. It's very exciting in the building right now.
Absolutely, Sam, and like we discussed right at the break, the important thing for the GGs is that they want to put this game in a bit of a reach out of Queens, away from Queens, because we know they have capable scorer, and you don't want them to hang around to the last minute of the game, because as we seen last year against Brock, they won the Wilson Cup on a buzzer beater 3 by Cole Silas. So we know what they're capable of doing, and you don't want to run the risk of doing that today.
And Jacques Tejori with a really nice block on the defensive end. That was clean. Queens fans probably don't agree, and neither do the players, but they couldn't get the ball to him in transition. So nonetheless, Gales get the ball right back, still down 3.
Absolute. GG's definitely missed an opportunity there, and also Queens caught a break right there. So again, get stops, and then capitalize. That's what's working for the GGs so far in this fourth quarter. And as for the Queens Gales, great job defensively on that last possession.
Great ball movement from the Gales, and Sikkema is the one who pulls the trigger, and he knocks it down, getting all the Queens fans out of their seat right now.
Absolutely. We saw Sikkema start the game early, back-to-back threes, and obviously he's a guy he's a capable shooter. And I believe that's a 10-second violation there on Chowdhury. I think he took a little too much time getting the ball over the court. Those are mistakes you don't want to be making at this stage of the game.
Absolutely.
Every mistake now is going to be more amplified because you're in a tie game situation with just over 5 minutes left. You don't want to be giving the other team opportunities to score. We saw Queens hit that last three-point shot. We know they're a capable shooting team, and you don't want to now to take the momentum back going into this last 5 minutes of the game.
Silas now for three, leaves it short. Stajic with a fought rebound. Gets Newton in stride. No one in front of him, but Engen with the recovery. Newton's able to grab his own rebound. A third chance now, and he'll go to the line. Great hustle defense from Ollie Engen to shut down that original bucket, but Newton with hustle of his own to get himself a trip to the line.
Absolutely. And again, the free throw line seems to be an issue for a couple of these GG's players, you know, the Newton as well as Jacques Tejori. But at this stage of the game is where you decide or show what you're really made of. You're going to step up and make those shots, or you're going to leave food on the table. So big shot there by Brock Newton, and another opportunity to put another point on the board for the GG's, pushing the lead to 2.
Yeah, in a game this tight, coming down to the wire, you don't want to miss any scoring opportunity, let alone one as free as this. So he'll split his trip, and Silas now with a whole head of steam towards the rim. Silas going around Brock Newton and finishing with finesse. That is 21 on the night for Lucas Silas.
Silas, a great ball handler, obviously. Very physical player. Great at getting in the paint and finishing with that left hand. Great possession by the Gales, the last possession.
Gamenta now beyond the arc. Bang! Jacques-Malin Gamenta with a big-time three.
Now, make no mistake. He is Defensive Player of the Year. Doesn't mean that he cannot score. This is the guy that can score with the best of them. And one thing I've always told kids and anybody that I've talked to about basketball is if you want to get on the basketball court, you have to be able to stop. You have to be able to defend. In reality, nobody goes into the gym and works on defensive slides or any of those things. You work on your shot and you work on your ball handling. Gamenta is a great defender, but make no mistakes. He's a capable ball handler, a capable scorer, and a capable shooter. And that's what you're seeing tonight. Defensive players putting points on the board, and that's how the game is supposed to go.
Engen trying to direct traffic up top, but it's hard to get any messages across with how loud this building is. And a couple of GGs went up there to put away that shot from Kai Dolan as the shot clock runs out. GG's bench and fans calling for a shot clock violation.
Absolutely, and that's what you need to do. Yeah, great job by the GGs forcing the Gales to scramble there on that last offensive possession, forcing them to eventually have a shot clock violation, which is ultimately a turnover, giving themselves another opportunity, another possession to go down there and put some more points on the board, pushing this lead to beyond 2 points if they possibly can. With a 3-point shot, it could be a 5-point lead. With a 2-point shot, it'll be a 4-point lead.
Jacques Tejori now. He's been on one. We can't call his name quite enough yet. Here's Stajic. Pump fake. Bought himself a little bit of time, but not enough space. Newton to the rim now, but he's going to go to Jacques Tejori in the corner. Going up top, and Jacques Tejori. Second chance, and he can't get it to fall. He's got to get back on D. No time to argue with the ref right now.
Absolutely.
Tries to get a hand in there.
Exactly, man. A missed opportunity is a missed opportunity. Get back on defense and help your team get the ball back.
Here's Engen now, kicking it back out to Sikama. He's been really clean beyond the arc. Jump ball. They're going to get a foul instead. Thought it was going to be a jump ball. So did, I think, just about everyone in the building.
Absolutely. I think they're the initial part where they had even footing on the basketball. But as I believe Engen began to turn around and Stajic continued to hold on to me, he ended up having more arm than basketball, which eventually was a foul. So again, great call by the referees.
Unfortunately, though, that ball is given away right away, and Newton with a quick steal, and then he draws the foul coming up offensively. So a good way to turn that around from the GGs. Brock Newton making it happen right now. The GGs are set to host the 2025 Men's Hockey University Cup at TD Place from March 20th to the 23rd. The championship will feature the top 8 Canadian university teams. Full tournament plus weekend championship packages are on sale now. So 3.5 minutes to go. GGs 2 points up. I mean, the script writers were they were on one tonight with this matchup in the end and how it's played out so far. It's been a heater. Here's Newton coming down low. Stajic now up top, pulls the trigger. Bailey in his face, but it doesn't phase him. Dragan Stajic.
Make no mistake, Dragan Stajic shoots 51% from three-point line, and he has the highest three-point percent average this season in U Sports. So that's a shot that you know he's going to make if he's wide open.
Engen now looking for an answer. That little bread and butter fadeaway shot, but this time he leaves it a bit short. Newton with the rebound, and he's able to sneak that one over to Stajic. So it feels like the Gales have been allowing Dragan Stajic to facilitate this offense a lot more than they were in the first half. And you can kind of point to that as one of the things that have changed as the GGs get back into this game. Stajic thought about the three, steps to the side. Maybe a smart foul from Lucas Silas, though, with the way that Dragan Stajic has been shooting recently.
Well, you know what, man? If that's what the Queens Gales are doing, they're allowing Dragan to get in there and facilitate a little bit more. That's a big mistake on their part. Again, the guy shoots 51% from three. He also has the best assist-to-turnover ratio in U Sport history. So that tells you the caliber playmaker that he is, and he's going to make those plays happen, as we see. Three-point shot right there, and then he's able to draw the foul. Now he's going to the free throw line for 3 free throws. So
absolutely.
Pivotal moment for the GGs. Get stops, put points on the board. Also for the Queens Gales, you can't make those mistakes at this point of the game. You don't want to give them free points as well. You don't want to be turning the basketball over and then putting yourself in a position where you have to foul later on in the game. So great job by the GGs, and I think right now they're taking control of the game. Also, Queens definitely could make a few adjustments. A lot of basketball left. 2 minutes, 44 seconds is a lot of time, especially as well as the Gales have been shooting the ball tonight. So we'll see how this one plays out, but I still think it might come down to the wire between both these teams.
Absolutely, and with that foul from Silas, by the way, it's worth mentioning that is the 5th foul of the quarter against Queens. That might be a big-time factor as we near the end of this game. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And the Gales not able to control it. Gigi's going to get the ball right back, and they can try to continue this run that they're on.
Absolutely. They'll get the ball back with 14 seconds. Not a whole lot of time, but not too little time for them to get a good play. Just be patient, work the basketball around, force the Gales to guard you, and then make big shots.
Gamenta on the move in the corner. It's no good. Stajic went up for the rebound. Ankit with the beautiful play to grab the ball midair and throw it off of Jalen Sikama. Quick thinking from Ankit, the magician.
Absolutely, and a great hustle by Ankit. We know he's a tremendous scorer. He does give great effort on defense, but right there was a great hustle, and those are the things you do when you're trying to help your team win a game.
Here's Gamenta. He thought about it, but Engen's right there, so he's going to take it inside over top of 3 Gales defenders. He can't get it to go. Silas going to move quickly now. In the offensive end, kicks it out. Ponting. Now it's Silas again, working against Jacques Tejori. Coach Jimmy trying to facilitate something from the bench, and they're going to get a foul against Stajic as Silas took it down to the corner. That's the 4th of the night for Dragan. We're going to go into a quick timeout here. Over 2 minutes to go in this, one of the craziest games that we've seen all year. You're not going to want to miss the end. We'll be back in about a minute.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Well, this is exactly what the fans were hoping for. It's a tight game coming down to the wire. What a comeback the GGs have been able to pull off to just even have it this close, let alone have a lead after the start that we saw from the Gales. we've seen a little bit of the Gales on-court leaders like Silas and Engen trying to get their guys calmed down, trying to get things going for them. But there's so much energy in this building right now. You got to feel like that's going to start to play a factor. How are these guys going to be able to remain calm? We'll have to see. Here's Engen, really nice move to get around to Jacques Tejori. He's looking for something. Sikama, he's been good all night, but he can't get that one to go on the move. Wow, foul called against Gamenta. Might have been another one of those ones where his feet kind of just got tangled up with the other player going for the ball, but nonetheless, fourth foul now for Gamenta.
Now we have Gamenta with 4 fouls, and we also have Dragan Stajic with 4 fouls. 4 fouls. 2 key players for the GGs in this last 2 minutes going in the game. This is the game where you want to be there for your team to the very end. So the important thing for them is now to play great defense without fouling, which is going to be very tough against such a
three-pointer from Ponting. It's no good. In and out. Silas battling for the rebound, but Kulamal is able to come away with it. It's hard fought from the GGs to get into the offensive end. Here's Gamenta in the corner. No good. Kulamal is there, though. Second chance points is Jacques Tejori up top. He's got 27 on the night, the leader for the GGs right now. 1:40 to go. Kulamal is going to be happy to slow things down, as are the rest of the GGs. Fading away in the corner, Khalifa Koulamala, when it matters most.
And that's just great defense.
Silas with a quick answer from 3, and he's got it.
And that last possession was just great defense, better offense. Koulamala was definitely stuck in the mud there with 2 Queens defenders on him, but had the will to take that shot and make that shot. And without being denied, Silas again coming down and making another big shot for his team. 6-point game, 1.5 minutes. When you shoot the basketball very well, like both of these teams do, you're never really out of this basketball game. So I'm looking to see Queens again make this one a close one going in towards the last couple seconds of the game. Who knows how this game is going to play out, but both teams are very capable, and both teams are definitely fighting till the last seconds of this game.
Yeah, well, that was a big-time shot from Lucas Silas. We know that he's not going to be fazed by this moment. He's been here before, but you got to think that the GGs aren't going to want to leave him that open for the rest of this game.
Absolutely. You have 1.5 minutes left in this game. All you have to do is get stops for 1.5 minutes, and that's probably the shortest portion of this game. You've already played about most of the game, almost 4 quarters. It's just a matter of digging down for 1.5 minutes. This is where it really matters. This is where you have a chance to secure a championship for your team, for your school, for your family, for everybody in GG's Nation. So it's very important for you to stay poised and finish this game strong. And obviously, same thing for Queens. They have an opportunity to go back-to-back Wilson Cup champions. We see right now a whole lot of Queens Gales fans who have made the trip down from Kingston today. So I'm sure they have only one intention on their mind, is bringing that Wilson Cup back to Kingston. So let's see how this one plays out. Both teams are definitely letting the dog loose and making sure they have a big fight going into this last 1.5 minutes.
Well, under 2 hours ago, the GG's women's team won the Critelli Cup on a road trip to Carleton, and only 1.5 minutes of good play separate the GG's men from following in their footsteps and making it a clean sweep for GG's basketball. But it's not going to be an easy 1.5 minutes. The Gales are going to go down with a fight, if they go down at all.
Absolutely, and at this current moment, you see Queens are in the bonus. Queens now has 5 fouls, which means every time they foul the GGs will be going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. So on that last possession, fouled by Queens player Lucas Ponting, who's had a tremendous game for Queens, and that's his 5th foul. So now he has to sit, and that's one less Gale, who is a factor in this game.
Yeah,
that's going to be present going on to this last minute.
He's a big-time shooter from beyond the arc, and they're going to be missing that presence as they try to mount this comeback. Ponting coming in shooting knocking down about 1/3 of his 3-point attempts on the season. GG's and Queens fans really getting into it now, kind of talking to each other from other ends of the court. And as Jacques Tejori is able to knock down that second free throw. Here's Engen now. He's got to move quick, and he knows it. Getting inside, really nice move, and he draws the foul. So he'll head to the line for the and one.
Absolutely, great job by Engen. As you always said, Sam, Engen has a deep bag. He was digging really deep into his bag there against a bigger defender in Jacques Tejori. Went to his spin move with a nice lefty finish for the and one. Free throw line for one free throw. Potentially could cut the lead to 4 points, giving Queens an opportunity to keep chipping away back at this lead with 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the game.
That's been a heck of a matchup all night. It's been in Jacques Tejori against Engen most of this second half. Both of the two leading scorers for these two teams in Jacques Tejori with 28 and Engen with 24. Long stretch pass, just can't get to Newton, but Lama couldn't actually corral it, so Newton able to get another whack at it, and he'll go to the line for 2. These are big for Newton. I mean, it's been a theme all night. He's gotten there. Hasn't been as consistent as he'd like, but now is the time.
Absolutely, man. You gotta, right now you're up 4 points. You have a chance to make it a 5-point lead or a 6-point lead, potentially a 2-possession game. So these free throws do matter. They really do matter, and it's important that if you can at least get one, you're good. If you get both, you're great.
There's the first one, and the crowd is loving it right now. 5-point lead now for the GGs. Chance to make it 6. 1 minute and 11 to go. Left it long, but Gamenta's right there for the rebound. And he'll draw another foul. He goes down hard. Looks like he's in some pain getting up. Not good to see. But a big-time play from Gamenta to keep the ball in the hands of the GGs.
And that's what you do as a big-time player like Gamenta. You know, you make big plays when they count. Obviously, great opportunity to go in there and get an offensive rebound, which he did. Was able to also draw a foul to go back to the free throw line for 2 more free throws. And we know he's a great free throw shooter, so these should be easy money for him for sure.
Gets the first one. Time really starting to become a factor for the Gales as they fall down 7. Timeout's going to be called, and they're going to need something big in this scheme. Crowd is loving it. GG's faithful is here in numbers, and they are making it felt right now. We'll go to a quick break, and then we'll get back with the last couple of minutes of this wicked game.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Well, both fan bases absolutely going at it right now. Thank God there's a court separating them. But man, is it getting loud in here. Started with the GG's fans chanting over to the Gales fans, but then, I mean, right away they riled themselves up. 1 minute 10 to go. It's not impossible, but it's going to be challenging for the Gales. They're going to have to be perfect. Time is working against them.
Absolutely, definitely, as you said, Sam, they got to hurry up. They have to hurry up right now to get some points on the board.
Cummings puts that one up quickly. Can't get it to go, but Engen's right there, securing at least 2 points.
Great job by Engen following that offensive rebound and putting it back up with that nice floater for a soft touch, cutting the lead to just 5 points with just under a minute to go. And this is what you kind of expect in a game like this with both these teams, the caliber players they have, that it would be a close one and it will go right down to the very second.
So Gale's going to intentionally foul. That'll send in Jacques Tejori to the line. Oh no, sorry. It'll be Gigi's ball. It might have gone out of bounds before the foul got off. Now it'll be Chowdhury, back to Stajic. Stajic will be the one they have to foul. So I'm sure the GGs are going to want to keep the ball in the hands of those 2 guards because they are 2 of the most consistent free throw shooters in the OUA.
Absolutely. Not a guy you want to send to the free throw line. Stajic, probably somebody else you'd like to foul, but great decision getting the ball in his hands. Obviously, that's the plan. Get the ball into the hands of your best free throw shooters. When they get fouled, you know that they're going to go to the line and have a high chance of knocking down those free throws.
BioSteel is more than just hydration. They are changing the game. As the official hydration partner of the OUA, BioSteel is fueling athletes across Canada with clean, zero sugar products. Visit biosteel.ca/OUA for more. Stajic looks calm, cool, and collected at the line. Knocks down the first one. Cowbell is out now for the Gales fans. But they do not phase him. 7 points, once again the lead. Silas moving quickly, pulls up from 3. Leaves it short. Kulamala with the rebound. He'll get fouled now. 46 seconds to go.
And that's how you do it, man. If the shot goes up, if it's not a hit, you have to go secure that rebound. So great job by Khalifa Kulamala. And I know, Sam, we've been complimenting both crowds, the GG's fans as well as the Grange Gales fans, about the support they've been given. I also want to give a shout out to some GG's faithful who are currently overseas. Shout out to my man Johnny Berhani Mascal, who's a GG legend himself. Yep. And shout out to Caleb Agata, who's also a GG legend himself. I know they're overseas in their respective countries, and they're staying up tonight to watch their GGs put on quite a show against a very talented Queens Gales team. So they should be very proud of their alma mater and their efforts tonight in such a big game, stepping up big and making big plays at big moments.
Yeah, you're a GG for life in the capital city, and that dedication is showing in spades right now if you just look across the court. I mean, all of the fans up on their feet right now as their team has victory almost in its grasp. Kulamala at the line. Gets the first one.
And that's what you have to do, man.
Yeah.
When you go to that free throw line with a game this close, in a game that you've been down for pretty much 3 quarters, you have to step up and knock down those free throws. Let them know that if you foul me, I'm going to make those free throws. Make them think twice about fouling you.
The environment is insane right now. Just got to take it all in if you're a player on the court. Engen with the ball in hand. He's probably going to be one of the ones that's relied on. Him and Silas, you got to assume, but he loses it. Great defense from Newton, and Engen will have to foul him.
And that's definitely one Engen would love to have back. We've seen him time and time again going down the court, getting into those dribble moves, getting into his bag, getting into the paint and finishing strong. So that's what it looked like was about to happen. But great job by Newton getting his hands on that ball and just enough to tip it away and knock it loose from Engen, and then drawing a foul and going to the free throw line. So that's what we know the GGs do, get stops and capitalize, and they've done that very well going into the end of that 3rd quarter and especially in this 4th quarter. And it's looking like they are going to secure themselves another Wilson Cup championship. This will be their 2nd one in 3 years. And
yes,
shout out to the Queens Gales for obviously making it back to this game 2 years in a row.
Yeah, unbelievable season from both of these teams. The Gales came in and left it all on the court tonight. Win or lose, they're going to be going home with their heads held high. Easily the biggest test that we've seen these GGs have to deal with so far. And just listen to this crowd. Stajic on the bench stirring them up. Engen trying to get something off. Pulls up a bit of a prayer shot. Jenkins gets another opportunity and knocks it down. 9 points now. Chowdhury with the ball. Gets it through to Kulamala. Ashton Bain almost in there to intercept that pass. Would have been big, but it'll sail out of bounds.
And again, as well as both of these teams shoot the basketball, a lot can happen in 17.3 seconds. Nothing is impossible at this moment.
Jenkins now for 3 on the move, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Engen's the one to come away with it, and he puts it up quickly. So the Gales not going quietly into the night, making this one difficult. 11 seconds to go. We'll go to a quick break as a timeout's called, and we'll get back to see if the Gales can pull this off. 11 seconds to go. The Gales with an opportunity, but it's going to take a miracle. Gigi's defense has been strong. A couple of boards gone the wrong way is the only reason the Gales are still in this, but they've got to make the most of this opportunity that they've been given.
Absolutely. I mean, time is of the essence right now. Gigi's ball with 11.5 seconds left. They're up 7 points. So really at this point, you inbound the basketball, play keep away for 11 seconds, and you'll have yourself a victory.
And Jacques DeJory in the corner is going to get fouled. I don't think Coach Barry's too happy. Might have not been the game plan, or he didn't like to call something. But big time shout out to Coach Jimmy as well. He's really done a good job with this program. This team always looking ready, never looking outmatched. Huge shout out to him and the whole staff in the Gigi's building.
Absolutely a plethora of knowledge there with Coach Jimmy. He was once a player here, and now he's worked his way to become the coach and winningest coach in Gigi's history. So definitely great efforts by him, definitely a championship pedigree in his blood, and definitely that's what he's inbred on this team right here. So, you know, the Gigi is just a reflection of the work that Coach Jimmy has done to this point in his career, and obviously he's been paying off.
Time really winding down now, under 5 to go, and the Gigis have done it. They squashed the chance of the repeat and return to the top. Both the men's and women's program rightfully asserting themselves at the top of the OUA, the Critelli Cup and Wilson Cup back in the capital city. What a moment.
Absolutely, and definitely shout outs to Coach Jimmy and the boys for securing themselves with the Wilson Cup. Shout outs to the women's team as well, and Coach Roseanne and gang for securing the Critelli Cup. So Wilson and Critelli Cup champions, University of Ottawa Gigi's. There's going to be a lot of celebrating here tonight. I'm sure fathers and sons is going to be packed tonight. Who's been a Gigi faithful for many years and many years to come. Definitely I'm going to tip my hats off to the Queens Gales. They definitely showed up tonight, played a great basketball game, showed why they deserve to be here tonight. And nonetheless, both these teams will punch their tickets to the Nationals, which is in BC in the upcoming weeks, and both teams may have a chance to square off again, where the Queens Gales might have an opportunity to settle the score. I tip my hats to both program, Coach Jimmy and Coach Barry. Excellent show tonight, excellent teams, and wishing you guys both the best as you prepare to make a run in Nationals.
Well, Gales fans have a bright future to look forward to, and the Gigi's faithful can celebrate the now. It's a huge celebration right now, and rightfully deserved. What a season it's been for these boys. So for Gary Gallimore, my name is Sam Soroya. Thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. Shout out to all of the Gigi's fans out there, everyone in the building. Massive season for them, and that'll about do it. Ceremony's about to get underway. You're going to want to watch it. These boys have earned it.
And absolutely. Also, Sam, I just want to say it's been a pleasure working with you this season. Obviously, we had some great moments, called some great games. Obviously, hopefully, you and I will have a bright future moving forward. Hopefully, TSN or whoever is listening, give us a shout.
I'm sure they're trying to contact us right now, so we'll be checking the phones when we.
Absolutely, man. But nonetheless, shout outs to both teams for putting on a great show. It's been a great season, and I had a great time championing and cheering on the home team as well as all the teams that came here and played against the Gigi's.
Absolutely. Gigi's faithful live it up tonight and for the rest of this celebration. Have a good night, everyone.
First up, please welcome from Queen's University, Linda Melnick, Executive Director, Athletics and Recreation, to present these silver medals to the Queen's Gales. In numerical order, number 13, Scott Jenkins. With 11 points, number 23, Jalen Sikema. With 24 points, number 3, Lucas Sillis. Number 12, Tyson Lama. I apologize. With a team-high 28 points, Ollie Engen. Number 6, Kai Dallin. 14, Ashton Bain. Number 7, AJ Cummings. Number 22, Malcolm Bailey. And number 10, Lucas Ponting. And the coaching staff. Congratulations once again to this year's OUA silver medalist, the Queen's Gales. And now, please welcome Darren Cakes, Senior Director, Recreation and Varsity Sport at the University of Ottawa, to present the gold medals to the champion, the University of Ottawa GGs. Stajic with 11 points, playing in his final ever home game at Montpetit Hall. He is graduating this season. Khalifa Koulimala. Broughton Newton, 16 points tonight. Josh Armstrong. Thomas Armstrong. Stephen Angelent. Will McCauley, number 2. Enrique Garcia. Matthew Smith. Josh Moka. Will Zillick. With 9 points, freshman sensation Owen Kenny. With 15 points, the Defensive Player of the Year, Jacques-Mélène Guemeta. The Silent Assassin, number 1, Ankit Chowdhury. And the Most Valuable Player, Justin Tajore. And the coaching staff, Kachil Grant. Armin Raziopur, Fofo Adetogan, Mike Parsons, Hennessy Ropovalente, Suleiman Sualim, Alex Louis, and the head coach, James Derwin. Assistant coaches, Clarence Porter and Vincent Dufour. Lastly, it is time for the trophy and banner presentation. And to do the honors, please welcome OUA President and CEO, Gord Grace. Captains, please come forward and accept the OUA Wilson Cup Championship Trophy as the 2025 OUA Men's Basketball Champions. The GGs win their second Wilson Cup in the last 3 years and 4th title in program history. Fans, this concludes the 2025 OUA Wilson Cup Championship. For post-game recaps, be sure to visit OUA.ca. As both of tonight's teams continue their seasons at the U Sports Championship, please check usports.ca tomorrow for more information on playoff matchups and game times for both the men's and women's draw. Critelli Cup champions, Wilson Cup champions, basketball belongs at the University of Ottawa. You've been a fantastic crowd throughout the entire regular season,